This summer, my partner and I took a huge risk. We used our life savings to buy a house in France, not only to live in, but to build a short-term rental business. It was a huge financial risk, but also a test of our relationship.
What's in the bag? First delivery.
Over the past few months, we've faced a bunch of challenges. Moments of doubt, exhaustion and frustrations, but also moments of deep connection and joy. We documented our entire journey, not only to show the process and the possible obstacles of buying a house in France, but to highlight the valuable life lessons that we learned along the way.
This is a story of two people, a dream and a risk that changed the course of our life. For you to truly understand why we made the decision to buy a house in France, I need to take you back to the very start. This story begins long before I met Hanna. During her childhood, her parents would take her to a little caravan park in the south of France. Exploring the villages sparked her love for this corner of the world and planted the seed and dream of one day building a home here. The moment we met, we had an instant connection. Her adventurous nature was something to behold. We fantasized about exploring the English countryside in my camper van, and just 2 months after we met, we were on a plane to Denmark.
And not long after that, I asked him if he wanted to move into my home. On our commute to work one day, we were listening to the radio and they were talking about how Airbnb and hotel prices were through the roof because our city was hosting Eurovision.
It felt like suddenly everyone was obsessed with making easy money on Airbnb, but no one was actually doing it. Very quickly, our attention turned to transforming Hanna's home into a short-term rental. One room in particular was being used as a storage cupboard. So, over the next few weekends, we transformed the space, and it is now what we call the Zen Den. Once the Zen Den was ready, we did a deep clean on the house, snapped some photos, and there was just one last thing to do, and that was to design a booklet for our guests. Johann Wolfgang said, "Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Wishing is not enough, we must do," and we were doing it. We launched the Airbnb just in time, and within a week, it was booked.
We have our first guest. It was a huge success and we got a taste of hosting.
Our Airbnb venture continued, which meant a lot of moving out and moving back in. Countless nights spent sleeping in our parents' spare room or tucked up in a camper van on a rainy English campsite. But it was all to save for something bigger. Very early on in our journey, we spotted the potential for this to be more than just a side hustle. Around the same time, I was turning 30, and for my birthday, Hanna surprised me with a trip to the city of wine.
Bordeaux.
She has an incredibly generous soul that has taught me so much. I feel blessed to admit that it's not uncommon for Hanna to treat me so kindly, and I found that when she does take steps to make others feel good, the world gives back in so many more ways than you could imagine. And on this occasion, her generosity blossomed into something so much bigger.
When we stepped foot into that little Airbnb in Bordeaux on the first night, the seed of a new dream was planted. We found ourselves saying things like, imagine how cool it would be to own Airbnbs all over the world.
Looking back now, I can see there was clear signals of what was to come next. Later that year, we visited the French Riviera, the same place Hanna went on countless family holidays as a child. seeing it through her eyes and exploring the villages of the Côte d'Azur. That was when I began to fall deeper in love with France. When we arrived back in England, property searches continued. We viewed over 30 properties in the UK, placed offer after offer, got rejected, outbid, over and over, and honestly, it was a grind. One evening, we sat down to watch A Place in the Sun, and the episode was filmed in a place called Carcassonne. When it ended, we looked at each other and had a light bulb moment. Instantly, we began searching the internet, looking at property in Carcassonne. The moment we realised we could combine our savings to buy property outright seemed like an extremely exciting prospect, and also put Hannah's dream of living in France within reach. We booked flights, lined up 10 viewings, and we flew to Carcassonne. The moment we landed, something shifted. We fell in love, not just with the city, but also the first property we saw. We arranged viewings for places under budget, over budget, and some at our maximum. There was just one problem. The one that stole our hearts was way over budget. As we were waiting in the airport, we had a moment of reflection and discussed our options. It was simple. If not the first place we saw, then it was nothing. So, we threw a Hail Mary offer at the estate agent. By the time we landed in England, an email was waiting for us. The estate agent had responded with a counter offer.
It was a significant drop in price, but it was still way over our budget.
So, we did what felt right and countered their counter offer. A couple of days passed, and then there it was.
An email with a number that felt so right.
It was still slightly over budget, but sometimes things feel right.
This idea, the house, the city, the offer.
They were all a series of decisions based on feelings. I think it's important to listen to your heart in these moments, to trust your intuition, and when an opportunity like this presents itself, don't wait, don't overthink it, just take action. Because in my experience, the most magical moments in life have happened when I've trusted my gut, acted on instinct, and followed the feeling.